Hello everyone, and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cooking in the Kitchen with Aimee and Bristol. As you can see, there's no Bristol here today. Yeah, he's being a bit of a jerk and he's enjoying the beautiful sunshine. We've got some sunshine right now, and so that's where he is. He's actually enjoying it outside. He ran outside as fast as he could. I will note that the fire alarm went off because there was still some stuff at the bottom of my oven from this weekend's Thanksgiving festivities, and the poor bugger can't hear, but boy can he, the sound still bothers him, and he went chucking outside, so that's where he is. And Charlotte, you might hear barking in the backyard because she's being a pain. Anyhow, with that said, I hope everyone had a beautiful Thanksgiving. We did here. It was lovely. I got a little emotional, the fact that we were back together as a family. My kids were here. I do still have one home until tonight at dinner time. She is heading. And with that said, we're gonna do a recipe today that involves some leftovers as well as a twist on something, because you all know me well enough now to know that I will make adjustments to recipes that I see fit, and I'm gonna share them with you today. So, I made some beautiful, delicious cranberry sauce in my quick cooker. So for those of you who have a quick cooker or an Instant Pot, super simple to do cranberry sauce in there. I threw an entire bag of Costco cranberries. I threw some orange juice in, a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of salt to cut the sweetness and the tartness, and some orange zest, and that was it. The quick cooker did it all. So I, in my infinite wisdom, forgot to put it out. Yes. So folks, this is a gigantic Tupperware container full of cranberry sauce. Everyone's gone, right? Here I am left with all this cranberry sauce. So, with that said, and for those of you who do follow my socials, I have so far done mashed potatoes, taken them leftover, re-whipped them up with some garlic and cheese, rebaked them and made a cheesy garlic mashed potato. Last night I took a sweet potato, some onions, and some broccoli that we had left over. Oh, and the carrots that were left over, and they were moonshine carrots. I threw all that in and made pad thai with turkey. So you don't need to have your leftovers sitting kind of stale in the fridge and everybody's getting sick of them. So I'm hoping this week's recipes that I am posting periodically, that you're enjoying them and that you too are getting a reboost on leftovers. I'm calling them startovers because we've got them. So we're starting over today with cranberry sauce, and we went apple picking this weekend. These are my favorite apples called Matsu. They're huge. You can see there the size of them. They are a meal in themselves, amazing. And fun facts about apples is they are extremely, extremely high in fiber. They are carb induced, yes, but what's great about them is, especially in a muffin like today, we're gonna add some pea protein to them. And between the apples, the pea protein, and the oatmeal, we're going to make a muffin that is lower in sugar with the protein that will kind of combat. So anybody who might be suffering from diabetes, just trying to watch kind of their carbs, likes that extra boost in a muffin. I know I, especially at night, crave something. This is a kind of muffin that I can go to and I don't have to worry about Dave. It will also, being type 2 diabetic, can also go to these and I don't need to worry. More importantly, I'm actually making them vegan today because Lauren is heading back to Montreal tonight, and this way I can send some off with her and it won't make a difference. So I have sitting here good to go already. So the recipe calls for 2 eggs. So I've taken 2 tablespoons of flax to 6 tablespoons of water. And that makes our egg substitute. And it's an extra boost of protein as well, because goodness gracious, flax is an extra protein as well. It also calls for a half a cup of milk. We're using almond milk, so again, if you've got a dietary issue, no worries. It also calls for butter, where we're going to be using a vegan margarine, which I've already got measured there in my Measure All cup, and I'll talk about that in a second. So, also into this recipe, I'm gonna add a shredded apple and just give it that extra boost. You can add coconut, walnuts, you could add almonds to this. There's no endless possibilities for this, okay? This is one of those recipes. So I will post this on my site as well. And again, you can make accordingly any substitutions that you want to have. So also I have a contest that I would like to do today. So if anybody would like, I would like to do the draw, let's say tomorrow, so it gives you 24 hours, to post about the one thing that you absolutely loved about Thanksgiving this weekend, what you were thankful for, and it could have been the weather, it could have been the turkey, it could have been the fact that you didn't have to see your family. I know I was thankful to see my family, not everyone's feeling the same way. So anyhow, I'm actually gonna ask everybody to throw that in. So, without further ado, we're gonna make leftover cranberry sauce muffins, okay? So we are going to add the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients. So I'm using two different bowls today. So I'm gonna put the wet in here and the dry in here. You all know how much I love my stainless steel bowls, the fact that they come in 3 sizes. This is the largest. I probably don't need the largest today, but it's easier for me to stir. And my favorite thing about it is it's got the non-slip grip on the bottom. So that way, even if little hands are helping you into the kitchen, it's not gonna spill, and they come with lids. It's amazing. This is our newest bowl. It is a safe, BPA-free plastic bowl. It too has a non-slip grip on the bottom. You can see there, again, for stirring, it's not going anywhere. And those of you who do know me very well know I do 12 things at one time, probably too much at one time, and therefore I tend to make errors and things. So that's why I love something that is not fussy, and that if it does move, it's not gonna cause a big problem. So in the wet ingredients, I'm gonna add the milk. So like I said, I've already pre-measured it. The fact is, these are 1 cup prep bowls. So therefore I needed a 1/2 cup, and I just added a 1/2 cup right to the bowl itself. I'm not sure if you guys can see that there. It's got the measuring right on there. So I don't even have to bother dirtying not only another bowl, but I don't have to worry about different measuring cups. Those of you who are bakers and chefs out there, and you know we could be using 12 different measuring features on anything. So if we've got extra, it's the best thing to do. So we've got the milk in there. We have our eggs, which again are the egg substitute that I'm just gonna add into that. Okay, we're gonna add a vanilla. So it's asking for 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and keep in mind that our vanilla, love my pretzels, right Barb? I mean, the pretzels are absolutely amazing. And the fact that they come in 3 different sizes, 1 cup, 2 cup, and 3 cup, there's a 3-cupper there. So vanilla calls for 1 teaspoon. Now, keep in mind, ours is double strength. So this is the vanilla. I am gonna have one hell of a wicked deal on this sucker come November 1st. Bakers, get your hands on this, because I am gonna have a deal that's gonna blow your mind. I'm so excited. So because we're doubling this recipe, it's gonna ask for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Therefore, I'm only going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla, because ours is double strength Madagascar vanilla, okay? So I only need 1 teaspoon of the vanilla, and then I need 1 1/4 of the leftover cranberry sauce. So I need 2.5 cups of the cranberry sauce, which is awesome because I have so much left over. So I'm actually going to use, one of the prep bowls that I've already have dirty. And if you fill it right to the top there, it will be 2 cups. This is the 2-cupper. And if you fill it right to the very top, I probably can't show, hang on. It says 2.5, so it's got there, let me show you. And again, it was already dirty. It had the flax in it. I didn't have to dirty something else, and more importantly, it's got a full-on measure. So again, it's got all the measuring there. So it's 2 cups to here, and right to the top is 2.5 cups. So it is awesome, not having to worry about anything else dirty. I'm gonna add my apples and my butter, my margarine. So I'm just gonna add the margarine there. You all know how much I love my Measure All, because I don't have dirty hands. I do have a dirty container though from Tupperware because I'm a bit sloppy. And this is a nice, really nice tart cranberry sauce. I didn't want anything too sweet. I am gonna use my whisk. I'm gonna whisk all of that together. And then I'm gonna add my shredded apple to this. And I'm just gonna kind of fold them in. Now the margarine is gonna be clumpy. They wanted us to have butter that was to room temperature. So once it bakes down, you can see that goodness right there. And now I'm gonna take one of my apples, and I am going to use my apple core. Now, for those of you who have never seen it, it's got little teeth on the end there. It's got a little handle, it opens. And if you put that sucker right into the center of your apple, and especially for an apple this size apple is not going to fit our apple core, which, where's my apple core? I should have pulled it out already. My apple core. Oh my goodness. This is live. And I can't find my apple core. It's somewhere in here. Unless somebody unloaded the dishwasher and put it in the wrong drawer. I'm not going to complain because somebody unloaded the dishwasher. But there's no way an apple this size is going to go through our apple core slicer. It's just too big. So it's great that I now have just able to pull the core right out, and the apple is there. So I did peel a half of a one already, and I'm going to use our new shredder. So this is our the new cheese multi-purpose shredder. It does a large cut and it does a fine cut, and you can see both of them have covers on them because they are extremely sharp. It comes with a little bowl which as well has a little non-slip grip on there as well, and it has the safety on there so that you will not hurt your fingers. I'm not going to use the safety right now. I really should, because guys, this sucker is so sharp and I have cut my fingers. But I just quickly want to show you how great and how big the shredding is for this. So this is really great for those hard veggies as well, like a sweet potato, a carrot, even an onion if you wanted something really fast, broccoli, for a broccoli slaw. I had a hard time today picking out what recipe I wanted to do. I'm kind of craving a broccoli slaw. I found a beautiful recipe for an apple broccoli slaw, so that might be next week's recipe. But you can see there I've got the thick slices of apple that I'm just going to toss in there. I'm going to take another apple, and I'm just going to use our little paring knives. These little paring knives are fabulous. They're $10.50 for a pack of 3. The little suckers are extremely sharp, really easy to use, and what I love about them is we at Pampered Chef have had these paring knives for probably, without a word of exaggeration, about 40 years, maybe 35. Pampered Chef in Canada has been in Canada for 26 years, but in the US it has been around for we're celebrating our 40th anniversary. And I love that they have revamped them to a nice soft grip there. And again, they come in a 3-pack, and they're super handy, even if you've got kids that go away to uni, or if you want to just give somebody a nice little thank you gift for helping. You know, you take a pack of 3 knives and split them up. It's awesome. So I'm just going to add those apples. Whew. Oh almost spilled our cranberries. Just adding that other half of an apple to this. And we've got our wet ingredients going on there. Okay? Got a bit of a mess, but that's okay. These apples are from Watson's. We went apple picking this weekend. They were not super busy there, and they do have COVID protocol. So it was awesome. And it was easy to pick them. And they're delicious. I can't stop eating apples right now. Let's throw that in. Okay, so I'll put all that away. You do know how much I love as well my flexible cutting mats, because now all of my compost is just right here, and now I just can dump it right into the bin because it just flexes and folds, and there we go. Okay, so we've got our wet ingredients going. Just need our dry ingredients. Again, this is a really basic recipe. You probably have all of these ingredients in your house. And again, this is one of those recipes that you can add, omit, and do any substitutions to. And that's what I especially love about muffins. Again, make this a morning glory muffin. Add some raisins, add some walnuts, add some dates. I needed something because I needed to use some of these cranberries. Beautiful cranberries that I made. And because there is a little bit of sugar in there, I'm not gonna add as much sugar as the recipe calls for, because the sweetness from the cranberries and the apples are gonna cut that, and then I don't have to worry about the extra sugar, which is awesome for me. It's just one of those things that makes me feel better because it doesn't hurt my stomach as much. Okay, so we are gonna add 3 cups of all-purpose flour, as we're doubling the recipe. And I'm just going to use regular flour. This is totally a recipe that you would be able to substitute and use oat flour if you wanted. I was running low on oat flour because we were baking all weekend, and therefore I was running low. So we're just going to use regular all-purpose flour. We're going to add 2 cups of the rolled oats, and again, this is our 2-cup prep bowl. 2 cups to the rim, right to the very top is 2.5 cups. All of these come with a lid, so it's awesome. If I had any extras, I can throw them in there. It's incredible. I am going to add my 2 packets of pea protein. Now, our pea protein comes in both bag form and in the packets. What I love about the packets is it's already measured out. It's only 50 calories per packet, but more importantly, each packet contains 13 grams of protein. So these are like a little healthy protein boost muffin. And especially, I always worry about Lauren being vegan, making sure she's getting enough protein. So for her, I am worrying a little less with a muffin this size. And again, it's pre-measured. I don't have to worry about it. Now, if you are allergic to pea protein, I apologize, because there's not a real substitute for us at Pampered Chef for the protein. There are other proteins that you can add to it as well, but because of our Pampered Chef one being made of the pea protein, it's, if you've got an allergy, for sure. Those paring knives make amazing stocking stuffers. Thank you, Ange. I can't watch Ames. Oh yeah. I promise, I did look, I have all my fingers, Ange, can you believe that? I know, anybody who knows me well knows that doesn't normally happen. Okay, I'm gonna add some cinnamon, that's the recipe calls for. Now again, we have the holidays coming up. I can't believe that I'm even talking about the holidays, but what I love about the holidays for Pampered Chef is we have 3 things that come out every holiday. The vanilla, which, like I said, mind-blowing deal coming November 1st, yeah. And I also have a deal going on right now with the Cinnamon Plus. And the cinnamon, that if you do buy a pumpkin carving set, everybody who buys a pumpkin carving set between now and next week, and again, I'm going to be posting that today, your name goes in to win a draw. Somebody's gonna win one of these cinnamon or cinnamon plus, whichever you choose, just for the, you know, just for the heck of it, because why not? So I'm gonna add the cinnamon plus. Say, my cinnamon's not open. I'm adding cinnamon plus. I add this as often as I can because in there it also has ginger, it has orange peel, cloves, and nutmeg besides the cinnamon. So I love it. It smells amazing, and it is one of those things that I always substitute out. I know I had my teaspoon here. Apparently I need my other teaspoon. Okay, good thing I saw Pampered Chef. Okay, here's my other teaspoon. I need 1 teaspoon, therefore 2 teaspoons of the cinnamon plus. Got that going on. I've already added the baking soda, salt, and baking powder. And that is it, because then we're just going to make a streusel for the top. So that's our dry ingredients: oatmeal, flour, cinnamon plus. We've got baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Let me just confirm that I haven't missed anything. The rolled oats. Okay, we've got all that. We've got our oven preheating right now at 400 degrees. Okay? I am adding my wet to my dry. Okay? We're going to cream everything together. So we're just going to add the cranberry mixture. And again, let me just scrape it with my handy dandy everyday scrapers. They come in numerous sizes. And Ange is right, like we're already talking stocking stuffers. We've got a holiday vendor event going on in my backyard, mid-November. For those of you who do live in the Guildwood area, we've got 7 or 8 different vendors that are going to be partaking. I am only selling holiday stuff. I am so excited. I've got some great holiday gifts. All of our vendors are getting ready for the holidays and are so excited to help you guys. We've got some amazing holiday, and I cannot even believe we're talking holiday, but here we are. We've got some holiday things that are going to be coming up, and I'm really excited to share them with you all. So I'm using my teak spoon just to mix that up, but I'm going to switch off and use my all-purpose, one of my mixers here. And you can see there's a great color, great mixture. With a muffin, you don't want it to be too moist. And the oats are going to expand for a little bit before we throw them in the oven. Now, I am just gonna make sure I got that very bottom mixed up. Okay. There are 2 different, really 3 different pans that I'm gonna talk to you about today that we're gonna cook it in. So I absolutely love the brownie pan. Again, those of you who follow me and know me well know that I adore my brownie pans. I have 2 of them because I can't live without them. They are absolutely incredible. I absolutely love my mini loaf pan, and we're going to be making these today in the mini loaf pan, as well as our newest pan, and this is our large muffin pan. Now, a couple weeks ago, I did make a muffin. I did a pumpkin muffin, and they were gluten-free. Love the size of this pan. Like I said to you before, it makes a great meat pie, chicken pot pie, mini lasagnas, and you know that I absolutely love to show what else I can do with my pans. So today we're going to do 2 different. We're going to do it in the muffin, and we're going to do it in the loaf pan, okay? So the recipe says add all the ingredients, divide the batter evenly, and then we're going to mix the streusel topping, and we're going to crumble that on top, okay? So I am going to spray my muffin pans. Now, our pans are non-stick. So what that means is when you add a little bit of our kitchen spritzer, the muffins are not going to stick. They're going to fall out. But some recipes you might need to spray. And for me, when I add oatmeal to anything, I like to give my pans just a fast spray. And that way I know that they're gonna come out, because sometimes oatmeal does stick. What I love about our kitchen spritzer is this is just, this spray in this one is not olive oil, sunflower oil. You can add canola, olive oil, any of those. If you do add an olive oil to your kitchen spritzer, you will find it gets thick sometimes and it doesn't spray as evenly, but it does spray. It's a heavier oil. Again, all I did was got the pressure going, and you can see there the even spray, and there's no chemicals. Now, when I'm done, I'm gonna open the lid. I'm gonna let the pressure out, because I don't want the pressure to build in the bottom of my spritzer. I put the lid on that bad boy, and then just goes back into the cupboard, and it's awesome. What I loved with the long weekend? Sitting on the deck and reading. Amazing, Jill, thank you. It was such a beautiful weekend. And the fact that they said it was gonna rain, I mean, we hardly had any rain, if we had any. I can't even remember now. It was a beautiful weekend. Okay, oh, it did rain, but it rained at night, didn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna add the muffin mix to our pan. And I'm just gonna show you quickly, because I'm gonna add a little streusel to the top. And the streusel is going to have a little bit of, we're gonna keep this, we're gonna keep these vegan. So I'm gonna use margarine instead of butter. I'm gonna add some oatmeal, and I'm gonna add, oh, those are delicious. I always like to bang mine, getting them even. And look at the color of that, okay? So I will do the other ones after. And then we are going to add the streusel, which is 6 tablespoons of, my goodness, there it is. 6 tablespoons of brown sugar, okay? So why? Because I'm doubling it. I love our measuring spoons because I can measure the flat right against my old Tupperware container. This was actually my aunt's. She gave it to me years ago. I'm adding some oats again to this recipe, because we're just going to sprinkle that along the top. And again, it's 6 tablespoons of the oats. And there we go. And then I'm going to add a little bit of flour. And again, I'm going to just sprinkle the cinnamon plus into this. It doesn't actually ask for it, but because of the beautiful richness of our cinnamon plus, I'm going to add some. Just adding, it's asking for 2 tablespoons of flour, and then it's asking for 6 tablespoons of butter, which we're going to melt. So I am going to use our mini measure-all cup because I need the tablespoons, and this one will do 4 tablespoons, and then I can do 2 more. So I'm just using the simple, the margarine I actually have just been using from Costco, and we find that this is good for, not my favorite for baking, to be honest, but it was great even for the stuffing, and it was great for the potatoes, but it's not my favorite for baking. If I had to pick a favorite margarine for baking for that's vegan, the Baicel is by far superior to all other vegan margarines, and I find it measures and tastes just like butter. This one is always really soft, stays soft. So again, that's why when the recipe called for softened butter, I just took it right out of the fridge because it didn't really need it more than that. So while that's going on, I'm just gonna continue to fill the wells of the large muffin. We've got this delicious leftover, once again leftover, recipe, which I have been talking about all week about our leftovers and how we can get rid of, how we can updo essentially our leftovers. This is a great one where I'm able to not only use my leftover cranberry sauce, but I've got all these beautiful apples. We've got the harvest oats. We've got protein in here. So it's checking all the boxes for what we want to do. And the margarine is just soft there. I'm going to add the margarine to the oats and the flour, making a cutesy little delicious crumble. And then we're going to add this to the top of our muffins, and we're going to bake this in a 400-degree oven for 18 minutes. Now, as we know, everybody's oven is different. More importantly, these pans are a bit bigger, and so I will be checking them after 18 minutes, but my assumption is they are going to take a bit longer than that. So I'm just going to crumble this. This seems a bit too wet for me. You can see there, it's a bit wet. Can you see that? I'm just going to add some extra oats to that. I want it to be crumbly. Again, that margarine isn't my favorite, but at the same time, beggars can't be choosers. We finished the other, so that's a little bit better. And hello everyone who has popped on that I haven't said hello to. Kim, Pat, and Nadia. Barb, are your large muffin pans? Yes, Barb, Barb's question was, are large muffin pans equivalent to 2 mini loaves? They are actually. I can get you the full dimensions. I'll actually post it in your comment, what the actually well dimension is. Offhand, I don't have the actual dimension, but yeah, that would be in and around what it is. So we've just got this crumble topping that I'm just gonna throw on there, giving this a nice, sweet, delicious ending to a tart muffin. Leftover, because I forgot. But again, this week it's all about what can I do with my leftovers? How can I make them not be such a pain, but more of a delicious alternative? So I will post the final, but you can see there, the large muffin. I'm gonna throw that in. The mini loaves, I throw that in. They're low in sugar, high in protein, and the fact is they checked all the boxes. I've got some apples, I've got some my leftover cranberries, and again, add some walnuts, add some slivered almonds, dates, anything with that, with a cranberry. My cranberry sauce, like I said, I made it lower in sugar because I love a good tart cranberry. So these themselves are a little lower in sugar, and I already did less of the sugar so that I can keep it in line with that. Higher in protein because I added pea protein, and again, a great way to reuse my leftovers. That's what this week's all about. Post it in the comments if you're watching the video even in replay, what you're thankful for. There's a couple things that I'm going to be giving away this week, and I'd love to give something away to you. So thank you for being here, and happy Wednesday.